What is going on, guys? This is City Police Simulator. Now, the purpose in this video is to talk about Midnight Works SRL. Their games are not on the PlayStation Store anymore, and I don't really know why, but I can tell you I have an idea as to why I think it is. These games are pretty terrible, I will tell you that. The games, you know, they have horrible controls, and I have two games from them. I have another game called Crash Metal, as well as this one. Like right now, I can't even, let me see, I don't even know how to even start the gameplay. Oh, you gotta go over here. Okay, so we're gonna go to play. This is my character right here, but anyway, the game, these games were really horrible. That Crash Metal was even worse than this. It's really difficult to control the vehicle in Crash Metal, and it's a racing game. And as you can see, the games are really
Husband stated that he was being attacked by the neighbor's dog. Husband stated that he was being attacked by the neighbor's dog. 1549 East 18th Street.
But these games play really horrible. The controls are bad. The logic is bad. The artificial intelligence is bad. Every part of these games have been really terrible. I don't know what the rules are with Sony, because there's other games that come out that are horrible, that are even worse. You know, like the international boxing or international basketball. Those games are absolutely complete. Those games are really bad. Okay, they're terrible. I'm getting ready to show you the other game, Crash Metal. I'm getting ready to switch to it because it's even worse than this. So this is Crash Metal right here. It's also made from Midnight Works, and it's difficult just to control, just to make simple, easy, nothing turns is difficult to do in this. And it's supposed to be a racing game, but I'm on test drive mode right now. It's like you're driving on ice while you're drunk or something. That's what it feels like. Because it's like impossible to, and I understand it's wet out here, but it shouldn't be as difficult to make these simple turns right here. Not even going that fast, making simple turns. It's difficult. The racing in this is absolutely horrible. I can't race in this game, man. Man, I was just trying to make a simple turn. But what gets me is there's some developing games that are worse than this that are still at the Sony PlayStation Store. I think it might be based on the price of the games, maybe. Some of those games are like really cheap, like $5 and under. And I think that might have something to do with it. These, I think, were $14.99. I think most of the games that Midnight, good grief, that Midnight Works sales are $14.99. But yeah, it looks like all the games that they made and all the games that they had upcoming are no longer available, or no longer even, you can't even find them on the PlayStation Store. And that's actually a good thing, because these were horrible, man. I couldn't imagine anybody buying any of these games and being really pleased with it. I don't know what just happened. I guess maybe I was on a time limit or something and it ran out. I don't really know how I ended up back there, but yeah, I mean, there's worse games than Midnight Works. There's a developer called, it's either pronounced Bennett or Benoit or something. They produce international basketball, international boxing, and hardcore wrestling, and some other games. I have another game from them, a soccer game. I can't remember what it's called. Championship football or championship soccer or something like that. I don't know. Or international. I don't remember what it's called, but it's absolutely horrendously bad. It's worse than the Midnight Works games. And they have a card game too that I got. Don't ask me why I got that many games from that developer. I don't know. I didn't at the time. I didn't know they were all from that developer when I was getting them. I was just looking at the game and saying, let me try this. You know, it's $3, $5 game, whatever. I think some of them I got on sale for like less than that. But yeah, anyway, going back to my original point, Midnight Works games appear to no longer be available at all at the PlayStation Store. I guess Sony took an issue with the developer as a whole and said, look, you can't sell none of your products here anymore. I'm sure there was a lot of issues with the games or a lot of complaints. People just maybe there was a lot of people that wanted refunds, and Sony doesn't like developers who sell games and then the majority of them don't want the game, or and then Sony has to deal with the refund policies and stuff like that, whatever the refund policy is. I've never even attempted to get a refund on the game. But anyway, yeah, what's your opinion on this? Do you have any Midnight Works games? Did you feel ripped off? Did you feel irritated? Because I got this game and I played it like twice, and then I was like, I don't want nothing to do with this. And then the police simulator game, I tried to get into that, but it was just way too clunky and I gave up on that too. This is the other developer I was talking about. League of Champions Soccer is what the game, League of Championship Soccer, I think is the name of the game. And it's made by that developer that I was telling you about. And it's really bad. They make international boxing as well. And they make international basketball. And these games are absolutely they're really, really awful, man. I'm just telling you. And they're still on the PlayStation Store. So I mean, I don't know if it might, there's some other reason why that it's not there other than just them being a horrible product. I'm really trying here. I'm not sure what just happened there. But we're winning 1-0. And these games are actually fairly fun to goof around with. You're obviously doing it like just to be silly. You're not really serious when you play this game. Look at the goalie. He moved out of my way. Look at that. The artificial intelligence is just absolutely horrendously bad in this game. But they are in Midnight Works too, but these are worse than Midnight Works. Let's try to score from there. There's singing and stuff in the audience. But I don't even need to pass it. My guys that are all the way back there can just run up and take it all the way in themselves. These defenders are oblivious. That goalie, he just moves out of the way. It's like he's scared of me or something. But these are worse than Midnight Works games. I can tell you that right now. The Midnight Works games are terrible, but these are terrible too. They're even more terrible. I don't even think this game even has corner kicks. It might, I don't know. Let's try to score from here. And we did, look at that. But yeah, what's your opinion? Do you know of any other games that should be off the market, that shouldn't be there, that are still there? What other developers should they do away with? Because there's a lot of developers that, look at that goalie. He's not even trying. He just gave up. This is ridiculous. But yeah, this is Bennett or Benoit. I don't know. Beniot is the name of the developer. And their games are absolutely, this is the worst developer I've seen. And it's probably a small developer. Their games are cheap. They're like $5 or, I don't think nothing is over $5. that they've ever produced. But as you can see, even the goalie tries to avoid you. You know, when you come toward the goalie, he kind of like fades away from you. Gosh, they're playing. They're playing rough out there. Look at that. They were trying to draw an offside, but this is horrible, man. You can literally be falling asleep and barely be awake and win a whole cup in this. Like, that's how terribly simple this game is. This game, you could probably like play this game, try to get as drunk as possible, just for the chance and say, can I still win on this? I'm sure you can. You might be able to win on this without even looking, without even looking at the screen. This is bad. Look at that. Look how I got around them. The game is over because we've already in. Are we playing on extra time? No, we won. It's 8-0. But yeah, but Midnight Works, they've took them out of the PlayStation Store completely. But yet this developer's games are still there.